Abdelaziz Bouteflika. This name is known by many and it is a very huge name in Algerian politics. The man has already kicked the bucket at the age of 84. He is the one who spent many years in the office, more than any other president in Algeria. He didn't want to quit, even if many people will no longer find confidence in the ability of fulfilling his responsibilities. Believe it or not, the name Bouteflika was very huge. It was among the names that appeared in the headlines for about 2 decades. He is one of a few leaders who escaped dangerous protests that happened in the Arabic world, especially in 2011. His name was mostly mentioned between the year 1999 and 2019, 20 years in the office. Since then, he was a little bit disappeared, but today it is announced that he died. The man was very special, very different, on the level that many could not imagine how he was created. Do you know why? Welcome to Topdocs TV, and please consider to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more videos ahead. He was born from Argerian parents, Mansouri Ghezaloui and Ahmed Bouteflika. It was in Uja in Maroc. It was on the 2nd March 1937. Since his childhood, Abdelaziz Bouteflika was very popular because of his brain. He was very smart, more than any kid of his age. By the time of attending first class of secondary schools, many teachers were very amazed by him, and that made his parents to be invited by Morocco Kingdom Palace to thank them for how they raised and nourished his brain. After the age of 19, Bouteflika joined the National Liberation Army. This was a rebellion that was aiming at fighting against French independence on Algeria. Abdelaziz Bouteflika was very smart and he was good at explaining his thoughts. This made him appreciated by one of the highest commanders named Houari Boumediene, and he made him senior advisor until the independence of Algeria in 1962. That commander, Boumediene, made it to be the second president of Algeria after Ahmed Ben Bella. Ahmed Ben Bella was at the top of all soldiers during the Battle of Independence. He is the one who started that battle when they were exiled in Egypt. And this made him the enemy number 1 of France. After independence, he took the office as president in 1963. And then after 3 years, he faced a coup d'etat by Houari Boumediene. Boumediene was the one who used to fight together with him during the independence fight. Houari Boumediene was accusing Ben Bella not allowing the existence of many different political parties in the country, and he monopolized only the ruling party. In 1963, Abdelaziz Bouteflika was the Minister of Youth and Sport. At that time, he was very young and the first young minister at the age of 25. After 1 year, Bouteflika was called to be the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and that made him to be the youngest Foreign Affairs Minister of the era around the world. He was only 26. 16 years in the cabinet, Bouteflika developed the ideology of not supporting any side during the Cold War. This ideology was named Third Worldism. Many African countries supported this ideology and refused to be neither on United States of America nor Soviet Union side. Boumediene and Bouteflika built Algeria to become very strong ever, and made that country very popular around the world as maker of revolutions. During the year 1960 and 1970, Algeria supported many revolutions and be a shelter for many revolution fighters. One of the most popular fighters who was shot by Algeria is Ernesto Che Guevara. They also trained Nelson Mandela in first army trainings. Abdelaziz Bouteflika in 1974 was named to be the president of United Nations General Assembly. As the president of the assembly, he invited Yasser Arafat, the president of Palestine at the time, to give a speech in the UN General Assembly. This was never happened before. Bouteflika was thinking that giving a speech to Yasser Arafat should be a good way to create peace and harmony between Palestine and Israel. In 1978, Bouteflika faced hard times since his friend Boumediene died of cancer, and that made him lose value in the politics of Algeria. Those who repressed Ouari Boumediene were not happy with the thoughts of Bouteflika, and they put him aside until he decided to leave the country and find exile in Western Europe. He stayed in the exile until the end of 1990. At this time, Algeria faced the kind of protesting that destroyed many things. People were protesting, saying that they have enough of the unemployment, especially in youth. It was the era of President Chadri. This one also has the policy of not allowing the existence of many political parties. Only ruling party was accepted. After the pressure of those who were protesting, he decided to accept the existence of many political parties in the country. Unfortunately, this was not a good luck to Algerians, because this decision led to civil war that lasted about 10 years. After 10 years of killings in Algeria, some of the highest soldiers discovered that Algeria is going to face many serious challenges, and they thought of someone who has the ability to handle that issue. And of course, they all think about Abdelaziz Bouteflika, who were in exile before that scandal. Bouteflika was one of the candidates, and all military and soldiers were on his side. Some candidates who were against him decided to remove themselves from the campaign and start to support him. That's how he ended up winning and take the office in 1999. After 5 months in the office, he initiated the unity and reconciliation of Algerians after a 10-year civil war. He initiated the policy of begging for mercy and forgiveness among the people. He used it to forgive 1,000 of Islamic fighters who were involved in such killings. He started convincing all of them to put their hands together in breathing their country instead of fighting against each other. And he did it. Most of the people were on his side. In 2004, he won second term in the office, and he kept on making different changes aimed at rebuilding and making Algeria strong again. He combined together the intelligence agency and the army. In 2008, he started the process of changing national constitution. This will allow the president not to have a kind of term limit. Some articles were removed, and this made him voted in 2 next polls. In 2011, Algeria faced another kind of manifestation where people were saying that they have enough of high cost of food and lack of water in the country. This one was happening in what called Arab Spring. This made Bouteflika change some rules and regulations in the country to meet the wishes and needs of those who were protesting. In 2013, Bouteflika faced a kind of sickness where the brain vessels block. That made him lose his energy and find him in a sitting wheelchair. From this kind of disability, he started to be absent in the public. But fortunately, he won again the next presidential election. From that election, many people were not still convinced by his ability. Some said that he stood the votes to win, he started to face challenges and rule the country without being present to the public since 2017. In February 2019, people started to manifest against him, saying that they no longer want to have a ghost president. They raised that issue after he said that he will be in next election, while many were saying that he is no longer able to serve the country as the president. At that moment, many said that his little brother Said Bouteflika was like a president in action and Abdelaziz Bouteflika was president in the office only. Because of the manifestation, Bouteflika decided to give up and said he will not run in the next election. Senior soldiers led by Lieutenant General Ahmed Gayed Salah pushed Bouteflika to resign, and he accepted their wish and resigned in April 2019. National television showed him giving a letter of resignation to Abdelkader Ben Salah, President of the Senate. Those who will remember Abdelaziz Bouteflika will always remember the fight of independence of Algeria. He will be always remembered as the youngest member of the cabinet who made it at 25. Many people will always remember how smart that man was, but also many will never forget how hungry he was about staying in office. This made him want to rule even in his harsh time of sickness. He died at the age of 84. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and please consider to subscribe to Topdocs TV for more documentaries ahead.